All right, back in February, President Obama vowed to crack down on U.S. companies funneling profits to offshore tax havens, an elaborate tax dance that costs the government $60 billion a year. Bloomberg's Jesse Drucker is here to talk about this Bloomberg exclusive. Jesse, great to have you here on In the Loop.
Thanks for having me.
I mean, this is a pretty big deal. Lots of money we're talking.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the estimate that we cite in the story is $60 billion a year in lost revenue to the U.S. because of companies shifting income out of the country.
Tell us exactly how this works. I mean, it's all legal, correct?
Well, the kind of broad framework is legal. I mean, the IRS constantly challenges companies on how far they push the envelope. But basically, if you're a U.S. multinational, you want to be able to allocate as much income as possible outside the country and as much expense as possible inside the country.
So interesting. So in other words, you may have a situation where, you know, there's so many revenues inside or outside the United States, but profits are being moved outside the United States.
Right. I mean, the company that I focused on is Forest Laboratories, which makes Lexapro, a very popular antidepressant, and the drug is sold exclusively in the U.S., but the majority of the profits of the company are reported overseas.
Where there's lower tax
correct.
rates, correct?
Basically, the company first moves the profits into Ireland, where the tax rate is 12.5%, and then from Ireland it moves most of them to Bermuda, where there is no corporate income tax.
Well, it's interesting you mentioned Ireland. You mentioned a story, I think also, is it Oracle?
Yeah.
They've got an Irish subsidiary that has no employees.
Correct.
Yet they're benefiting by a lower tax rate in Ireland.
Right. Oracle has a subsidiary in Ireland, has no employees, but accounts for a quarter of all of Oracle's profits. Pfizer, Eli Lilly, these are other companies that take advantage of lower tax rates overseas.
I mean, there's a lot of companies that do it, correct?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I mean, any of your big, well-known multinationals
correct.
are probably doing this. You know, with all of the governments, with state governments, the federal government in particular, facing, you know, these huge deficits, how likely is it that this is going to change, that there's going to be some move to change this situation?
Well, the argument is that there's much more momentum now to do it because there is such a big deficit. That said, a year ago, the Obama administration had many of these same proposals and nothing happened to them.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
All right, good to get some time with you. Jesse, thank you.
Thank
Jesse
you.
Drucker.